We've got these battleground states, Arizona, Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Biden is up. He's up by 4 to 6 points in each of those states. I won't go through all of them. It's looking good. And a lot of people are like, I think it might be literally impossible for Trump to win. What say you as to those predictions without any note of cockiness? Because we know where that leads us.
I can't be cocky. I mean, look, the vote, I think, is clearly in Biden's favor, but I don't think that the election is going to be decided by the vote. I think election day is going to be the beginning of the process, not the end of the process. And the Trump people are already preparing dozens of lawsuits, and state legislatures in Pennsylvania, in North Carolina, in Wisconsin, where you've got a Republican legislature and a Democratic governor, are preparing to sabotage the vote after the election. Trump has said, I mean, he said this isn't going to end well. And then he said, I can't imagine that it would be legitimate to count votes after Election Day. Well, in Pennsylvania, during the primary, because of COVID, it took them 3 weeks to count the votes that got written in.
Right.
The number today is double what it was during the primary, and they're working overtime to start counting. But the legislature has said you can't count before Election Day. So they're not going to get to start counting the votes until Election Day, and they're never going to get it done. I would not be at all surprised, and Trump has warned us of this, that he will try to declare victory on election night and throw the whole thing in the cast. Their goals are to create doubt, to do lawsuits, and to call the whole thing into question, so that his supporters will believe he really did win, and this thing's going to go into chaos. I fear, number one, he will try to sabotage the outcome, and number two, I fear for violence, because his followers are nuts, and they are armed. And nuts is one thing, but nuts and armed is something really crazy and worrisome.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, I mean, for lack of a better term, the very banana republic politics of Latin America. Whenever someone's down, or they're not, the polls aren't looking good for them, they rally their base and or semi-paid thugs to stage pitched battles in the streets with people to kind of vie for power.
Let's not go into a situation it is like Nazi Germany. It is. I mean, I remember growing up and everybody saying it couldn't happen here. Well, it's happening right now. We're seeing it unfold. Mm-hmm. He has created an alternate reality. He has incited violence. He has targeted victims, and he has mobilized a base that is armed